down to the feature match area.
Indeed.
And Eric is on a mulligan to 6 here, opening the game with a Noble Hierarch fetched from a Windswept Heath into a Breeding Pool. So
Yes, so this is good for Richard because it's not a threat with Infect.
that is true. As Richard opens with a Power Plant and a Relic of Progenitus.
Very good. This is gonna make sure that
Become a man.
is gonna be way off for Eric.
Yes, it certainly is. So let's see if Eric has one of his Infect threats to deploy to the battlefield on turn 2, and I believe I do see...
I see the Inkpot Nexus and a Viridian Corruptor.
Yeah, so that's a Viridian Corruptor in the main deck, pretty decent against the Eldrazi Tron player.
Yes, for sure.
And we might even see that piece of technology come into play right now, since he has 1 extra mana of his Noble Hierarch. And there we see the Viridian Corruptor killing an artifact before it exiles 1 card in Eric's graveyard. As he passes the turn back to Richard. So Richard with a second piece of Tron mana, an Urza's Mine and a Walking Ballista for 1. Not the kind of Walking Ballista you want.
No, it's, well, you're gonna, get, he's gonna get rid of his mana. That's interesting.
Yeah, because there's also an Inkmoth Nexus in play for
and
Eric.
right now, Richard doesn't have a blocker.
No. So he might even be just dead here,
Uh,
but Eric doesn't have the spells for it.
no, he really doesn't.
There's 2 more Noble Hierarchs, but that's already an attack for 4
That
if
is
Eric
true.
goes for it.
That is true.
So Eric is going to fetch with his Verdant Catacombs to get a basic forest. And I believe deploying at least one of those Noble Hierarchs and having Vines of Fastwood at the ready if Richard has any answer for his Viridian Corruptor.
I like that. Although, no, double Noble Hierarch it is.
Oh, you still have the Inkmoth Nexus.
Yeah, you
backup
have a backup
anyway,
threat,
so
yeah.
just go for the 4 poison damage right now.
Let's see if Richard can assemble Tron right now.
Would be nice.
Ooh, a nice swerve in
yeah,
his draw.
Really, really theatric.
Oh, he does have a copy of Warping Will in his hand, which is good against that
That's- yeah.
Nexus. So
Yeah.
if he can get rid of the Corruptor, he's doing pretty well for himself.
Yep, yep. So let's see, I also see a Matter Reshaper in hand. And I see another white bordered card, so I'm guessing that's a Tron piece.
Well, yeah, but if it was the correct one, he would have slammed it, I think. Or he's slow. No, Eldrazi Temple to play.
Yeah, for the Matter Reshaper. A decent blocker for the Viridian Corruptor.
Yeah, although this does spell lethal if Eric is going to attack with the Inkmoth Nexus and use his Vines of Fastwood proactively.
That's 7, yeah.
That's
That would open him up to a Dismember from Richard.
this is true, and Dismember is a card that
Yeah.
Eldrazi Tron is playing in the
So-
main usually.
He's probably going to have those Noble Hierarch triggers resolve first
Yeah.
and not go for it this turn, yeah.
And now he has 2 copies of Inkmoth Nexus, which is difficult for Richard. I know he has a Ghost Quarter in his hand, but if you have 2 copies,
Yeah.
that's not good enough. It's a second copy of Power Plant, so that's why
Yeah.
he couldn't assemble Tron.
So that's just a 1 colorless mana for Richard. And I believe that's a Reality Smasher at the back
Yeah,
of
I
his
might
hand.
have I might have seen the. I might have been
Ghost
wrong
Quarter.
about the Warping Will. I think it's an Endbringer and Reality Smasher. Ghost Quarter to play. Historically, Infect has been very good against Tron. So.
Yeah.
And even though this is not the slow Tron that we're used to, it's still slower than Infect.
Yeah,
so.
still decent. So, Eric is going to animate one of his lands here.
Yeah.
And then Richard is going to allow him to go to combat.
He's going to allow him to declare the attacker.
then he's going to run into the Vines of Fastwood, probably.
Yes, I think that's exactly how this is going to play out.
You could make a case for Richard. Yeah, well, then he's dead anyway, because Richard is in a really, really rough position. Eric is going to win this turn anyway, because you could make a case for activating Ghost Quarter in response. Oh, this is interesting.
Well, he also has a copy of Groundswell.
Ah, okay. So he drew a Groundswell, and that's why he's animating the Moth. There we go. 2 attacks.
But this is not a lethal attack.
No, Richard is not going to.
So right now, Richard shouldn't make any play.
But Eric can Groundswell and then finds
Yeah.
Fastwood. So there we see a Groundswell.
He could even let Ghost Quarter resolve for the landfall trigger for Groundswell. if Richard was going to go for that, but he's not. So representing lethal with the Groundswell for 2.
This does open up. This does open up Eric to a combination of Ghost Quarter plus Dismember.
Yeah, although we do know that Richard does not have
No,
it.
he doesn't have it, but
Yeah, and there we go. Let's give that creature protection. Well, make it untargetable by your abilities,
yeah.
Richard.
And there we see Richard scoop him up as he takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 enough poison damage.
Yeah, quite a bunch.
Just 10 needed for killing the Eldrazi Tron player up a game. Eric with his Infect deck. As we take a look at these sideboards, at first for Richard, and he is playing 1 Basilisk Collar, a Grafdigger's Cage, 2 Hangerback Walkers, 3 Wretched Bombs, a Spatial Contortion, a Pithing Needle, 3 Warping Wheels, and 3 Relics. Well then, I think I like a Wretched Bomb. Do you like a Wretched Bomb?
I'm not sure. I think it might be too slow.
Yes?
Yeah. I really like Python Needle, naming Inkmoth Nexus.
Yeah.
I
Very much
really
true.
like Basilisk Collar,
Mm-hmm.
because then you can start pinging with
Walking Ballista?
Walking Ballistas,
Yeah.
and it's dead touch, so it's,
Yeah.
no matter if you pump it, you're going to have to give it hexproof to survive.
Yes, true.
I like Warping Will, because
Yeah.
everything except for the
Viridian Corruptor.
Creative Corruptor is targetable by it.
Yes, exiling a creature with power or toughness 1.
Yeah, and
so-
worst case scenario, it can make a jump blocker.
Yeah,
You know, if you know your opponent has a pump spell,
yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty decent play actually.
could be worse.
Yeah.
You know, it could be worse.
Yeah. If you know that Eric can protect his threats from the Warping
Yeah.
Wheel.
Like for example, you've played a Tottenham, you've seen your opponent's hand.
Yeah,
You can take a pump spell, but you know he has more.
yeah,
You might as well make a jump blocker.
yeah. So Warping Wheels coming in. Spatial Contortion, is that one coming in as well?
I think so. It's +3 -3 on a creature.
Yeah.
It might do enough, or it might kill Richard.
Oh yeah, I've seen Reality Smashers being A3, A2s.
Oh, yeah, but
a
I'm
lot of
talking
times.
about. I'm talking about. Let's say Eric has a creature, attacks with it.
Mhm.
Richard decides to use Spatial Contortion to give it +3 -3. Now, if in response Eric gives it +4 +4,
Like that.
it gets +7 +1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that could hurt.
That's also a really classic.
Though, if Richard has played this game for quite a while,
Yeah.
if you know your stuff, you should never open up with a removal spell like that against Infect. Make him use their pump spells. You know, at least make him spend one, and then in response to it.
Yeah, of
Or
course.
what I always like, oh, it's not a lethal attack. I'll do it post combat.
Yeah.
You can use your pump spells post combat.
Oh yeah,
that's fine with me.
That's always really nice. Yeah. So let's have a quick look at Eric Moya's sideboard as well, as he plays 2 Nissa, Voice of Zendikar, 2 Grafdigger's Cage, 2 Dismember, 2 Kitchen Finks, a Dispel, a Spell Pierce, a Distortion Strike, a Nature's Claim, a Seal of Primordium, Dissenter's Deliverance, and a Shaper's Sanctuary. So, quite a few new cards in here as well. And I like the spicy tech of Nissa, Voice of Zendikar, although I'm not really sure if it comes in this matchup.
Probably not.
But I do like the Dissenter's Deliverance. That's quite decent.
Yeah, I like Distortion Strike actually as well.
Make your creatures unblockable.
Yeah, because it's not unthinkable for Richard to just build a really big board of creatures to block with, and then Eric can just say, well, but we're not blocking this turn.
Yeah. Yeah, the Eldrazi version of Tron really plays to the board in the form of big creatures. So yeah, that's a really nice.
I'm also not opposed to Nature's Tamer Seal from Mordium just to get rid of a Walking Ballista.
Yeah,
could be worse. You know, you could do worse than getting rid of that card.
Are you afraid enough of answers in Richard's deck that he's going to bring in, or Walking Ballista, that you're considering to bring in the Shaper's Sanctuary?
Probably not. I think that's more of a card for a deck like Junt or something.
Yeah, just back.
So when they have so much removal that you kind of, where you can just keep drawing cards, and I don't think Richard plays enough removal. And does Shaper's Sanctuary spell or ability?
I'm not sure. I thought spell or ability.
Because then it would trigger from Walking Ballista, but
yeah.
I'm still not sure it's good enough.
Right. So we'll see what these
because
players.
Eric is very favored in this match, and you don't want to run the risk of over sideboarding. We talked about it earlier.
Yeah,
you don't want to overboard.
For Infect goes the same as it does for Affinity.
Yeah.
If you you need Affinity is such a Infect is such a dense threat deck. You only have so much creatures and you only have so much bump spells, and everything you cut is a card fewer towards your win.
Yeah, because you're basically, in a way, you're a combo deck.
Yes, you most certainly are.
Yeah, and you're taking cards away from your combo to deal with your opponent's answers. So you can't do that too much.
No, every card you take out is a turn slower for a kill.
So Richard did bring in the Richard bombs. I saw one in his hand.
Right.
The Richard bombs.
The Richard bombs. Very nice. And let's see if these players, they decided to keep their opening hands both on 7 as Richard opened with a tower.
Eric Moya drew his copy of Nature's Claim, so he brought that in. Ooh, no threat whatsoever from Eric. This is good for Richard. He has a...
If he only starts playing, I see the Viridian Corruptor in his hand again, and a Blossoming Defense at least.
Challenge for 1. Have fun.
Alrighty then.
I like that card in this matchup. Do you?
Well, there's also a few 2-mana spells.
Yeah, there's a Viridian Corruptor. The Viridian Corruptor is very good
and
here.
The Corruptor is indeed very, very live to hit that.
But right now, a lot of pump spells are not going to be cast.
True. So, I hope we see a threat from Eric's side of the board now.
Nah, I don't want to see that. I want to see Richard take a game so we can at least have a final third game.
Okay.
You don't want this match to last 5 minutes.
No, that's true. But here we do see a Blighted Agent.
Oh, okay, so this match is going to last 5 minutes. Yeah.
So this could just last 5 minutes indeed.
He drew a copy of All Is Dust. That's not fast enough right now.
Which is nice, but a bit too slow.
I see a Walking Ballista. And that's no more agents. No, you can't have that. You can pay 2 life to cast Mutagenetic Growth, but it's gonna get countered. Please see that. You have, please don't let this resolve.
Oh.
It's supposed to get countered by the Chalice, Richard.
Please.
No, he lets it resolve.
Ouch.
That is painful.
Yeah,
that
that's
is painful.
exactly what Eric wanted.
It's a trigger you have to remember.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh.
So I see.
I think right now I can see Rich shaking his head. He knows what happened.
Yeah.
He knows what he did.
Richard has some luck in the sense that Eric doesn't seem to have a third land for that Viridian Corruptor. So
and all of his other spells in his hand are 1 mana
I see
pump spells.
Blossoming Defense, Marvel Crowsar.
Yeah.
So
the problem is that Mutagenetic Growth is also a 1 mana pump spell.
Yeah. So there.
A second copy of Chalice is the draw.
Okay. So that's at least pretty decent, but he really needs to get rid of that Blighted Agent.
I think.
Although he still has 9 turns to do so.
Yeah. I think he's going to play a Chalice for 2. No, he's going to play a Wretched Bomb.
That's okay.
You know what I really love here? Playing a second challenge on 1.
Yeah.
I would really like to see that.
That is nice.
Spell Pierce to draw for Eric. That's a dead card.
Yep, pretty much.
None of the cards in your hand do anything, buddy. Though you can try to resolve the challenge. You got the Mutagenetic Growth to the challenge, so might as well try it.
At least attack for 1.
If Richards wins this game, that we call that getting away with it.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so you did remember that this chalice was in the battlefield.
I think Richard got a bit confused because of the alternate
Phyrexian mana, yeah.
Ratchet Bump goes up to 1.
And of course, it's really easy for us to
I mean
to mention such a thing, and we're not the ones needing to actually win this game. We can just sit here in our lazy chairs.
I like this. Thought Not Seer for Richard, probably coming down. That's gonna say no more Viridian Corruptor for you.
Yeah, if you can take that Viridian Corruptor, that's pretty much...
Oh, Chalice for 2.
Now he goes for Chalice for 2. Alright.
Yeah. No, you're not getting that. So this is your only Blighted Agent you're getting.
So, if you are Eric, are you going to try to keep on resolving cards through the Chalice?
I think at some point you have to, but I think Richard is not going to let it happen.
He's probably going to fuel his graveyard on Chalice triggers for Become Immense.
I like that. I do like that.
And then stop. Once he has enough to cast a Become Immense for 1, then just stop.
Yeah. So now I think he's going to pass the turn back. Yeah. Ratchet Bump to 2. So the Blighted Agent can get... So now, if Richard can cast his Thought Not Seer now...
Yeah, for the Viridian Corruptor.
Then he should be close to being safe.
Yeah, and there we see a second power plant.
So no Tron yet.
No, but enough mana.
2 cards in hand, all his Dust and Thought Not Seer the cards.
Yeah, for sure he's going for the Thought Not Seer.
Let's have a look. What are you playing with? Oh, that's a 1-drop. That's a 1-drop.
And that's a 3-drop that kills my prevention from 1-drops. So
yeah, no hiding the Corruptor.
So yeah, there we see 2 copies of Vines of Fastwood, a Might of Krosa, the new one, a Nature's Claim, which does not get rid of the chalices.
Well, you're seeing spells, I'm seeing blanks.
Yeah.
I see 5 blanks and a Corruptor. And there it goes, Corruptor is exiled. Ooh, on our backup it's already, they're already tied at 1-1.
Oh, wow. So on our backup we have Sereno Raalte versus Ayub Mohammed, and Sereno is playing Banned Spirits,
yes,
and Ayub is playing Titan Shift for this tournament.
And they're already tied at 1-1. They're faster than this match. Yeah, that's interesting. So Eric is, he's considering, what can I do?
And I like this, just keeping him open.
Yeah, here's my 5 blanks.
Here's my 1 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I wouldn't take the damage. I would just go, no, we're done. We're done with your 2-drop.
Yeah, for sure. So Eric can probably do nothing but just pass the turn back, because with 2 lands and he can't resolve anything into both of those chalices.
And he's up against a 4-turn clock.
And is that the only Corruptor in his list? No, that's actually 2.
He has 2.
Yeah, that's 2. So a land and a Corruptor.
Oh, Endbringer, the draw for Richard.
Oh yeah, that just
that just brought the end. I mean, if Richard gets on top with that card, he can't lose the game anymore at this point. I mean, Inkmold Nexus is the only infect creature. Well, Inkmold Nexus is the only infect creature he can actually get into play right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, what do we have here? Is that the Druid's Deliverance?
That's the Descendant's Deliverance. Yeah,
that's what I meant.
It's a destroy target artifact, but of course it's converted mana cost 2.
Oh yeah, so.
And Richard.
I'm sitting behind my double chalice.
It's interesting that he tried to kill the chalice instead of cycling it. Really hoping that Richard will make another chalice mistake and really playing into that.
Yeah. Richard drew a 3rd one. I'll play a chalice on 3. Am I safe now?
That would just be nasty. Okay, here we go.
Please tell me I'm safe now.
Yep.
The only spell in your deck you can still cast, Eric, is called Become Immense.
Yeah.
Please cast it on my creatures.
And you don't have any creatures. Yeah, and here's an attack from 9.
No. Nature's Claim does not resolve. Richard knows what's up. Eric scoops him up.
Yeah. Eric's had enough. I mean, this was just
that was a very challenging game for Eric.
A challenging game. Challenging game for Eric Moyer. No more chalices for me.
You could hear, if you listen carefully, you could hear Rage Hogan groan in the background for my awful pun.
So now that we've seen this match, is there anything in the sideboard that these two players are going to change? Maybe based on play draw decisions or cards they saw in this match?
Well, if I was Eric, I would try very hard to convince Richard to board out his chalices.
Yes.
But I don't think it's gonna happen.
No. That will be his, well, probably highest win percentage line of play.
Yeah.
But not the most fair one.
No, not the most fair one.
So,
well, if he can bring up good arguments and you go, oh, wait, you're making total sense, sure, I'll believe you, then, there's a chance. That's fair.
What are those arguments then?
Ooh, I don't know. I have no idea. But they have to be pretty good. However, of course, Eric is on the play this time, so chalice is a lot worse when it's on the draw.
Yes, it is. Well, I mean, a chalice.
Now Eric can resolve 2 1-drops before the chalice comes down.
Yeah, and that's very important. If you can get an elf and a noble hierarch, or maybe 2 elves in play before that resolves, that's really nice, and just get your beats going. Because if Richards takes his second turn off to cast a chalice, that means that an Eldrazi Temple didn't cast a Matter Reshaper on the first 2 turns of the game. So those elves are taking you a long way to victory.
Yeah.
If you can get a quick start.
Richard did get away with that one.
That is true.
He got away with it.
That is true. He did get away with it. The mutagenic growth was not countered.
But still won the game.
Still won. Doesn't matter. Still won.
Yeah. That's how it worked, right? I won a game, therefore I was right.
Yes.
It's sound reasoning.
Yes. Results-oriented thinking.
Yeah. Well,
always have mutagenic growth resolve through a chalice.
This is the last round that he has to play. Richard has to play with this deck. So at least for now. Well, actually, I think looking at this legacy.
We probably can't say anything about the legacy deck he is playing.
Good point. People might watch.
Today, people might watch and might let anyone know.
I was just going to look to see if he might have chalices in his legacy deck, but I'm not going to answer that question now.
No. As we see, point. Eric opening with a 1-drop.
But it doesn't have infect.
And it doesn't have infect.
Richard likes that.
But if we have this result-based thinking, then Eric played a Noble Hierarch off a base of, not off a base force, but a Noble Hierarch on the first turn of the game. The first game, and he won.
Yeah.
So,
there we go.
Based on this, Eric is going to win.
Well.
As we see a Glistener Elf added to the battlefield for Eric and Richard.
Richard is considering to attacking with his expedition map.
Yep.
That's not how the game works.
Taking it on a journey, an expedition, you might say. But
well, at least you tried.
Yeah. I mean, turn 3 Tron is also decent.
Yeah, but is it going to be good enough?
No, but
I don't know if Eric might be able to kill him right now.
And this is the hard part about an Eldrazi Tron deck, I believe, because he also has an Eldrazi Temple in hand, and he also has a Matter Reshaper in hand, and he also has an Endbringer in hand. I believe those are the cards that I saw so far.
Yeah.
So and he chooses to go for the power plant play here. So it's always interesting to see what an Eldrazi Tron player decides on the sequence of his lands. And well, by the looks of it, he decided to go for turn 3 Tron right here.
I think casting a chalice here is the right play.
Does he have a chalice?
Ooh, he has a Warping Will.
Oh yeah, that's an FNM promo Warping Will.
He's gonna try and kill the Glistener Elf. Yeah. I prefer playing chalice here.
Did you see the chalice in hand for him?
Yeah, I did. Oh, okay. Glistener Elf just dies.
And it resolves, okay. So the Inkmoth Nexus is going to...
I'd rather turn off the pump spells. I see a Pendelhaven, I see a Might of Old Kroza, and I see a second Might of Old Kroza. I think this game is over.
Wow.
This is lethal. He can activate Inkmoth Nexus. You have 2 green mana sources. Play double Might of Old Kroza on his Inkmoth Nexus and an attack for 10 with the Exalted trigger.
And the Exalted trigger making it 10. Wow.
But if this is the case, if he has double Might of Old Kroza, then I'm going to dock him points for playing mismatched Might of Old Krozas. Because he's playing the Time Spiral version and the new version. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what he has. So, is he scared of gut shot? He shouldn't be.
No, no, just...
He can only
just
lose
go
to
for
double
it, yeah.
gut shot here.
I mean, yeah, but not even, right? Yeah, double
gut shot.
Yeah, double gut shot would do the trick, but I mean...
Is it likely?
If you've got double gut shot, you got it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have it.
And this is why I like playing Chalice.
Yeah.
Because these pump spells wouldn't have been able to be cast with the Chalice. So there's the first Might of Krosa.
The Might of Old Krosa, and here's the Might of New Krosa.
New Old Krosa. And that is exactly 10.
And that's 10. Yeah.
Plus Exalted, Blunt Power, +8/+8. Too bad, sir. Yeah, and I think Richard is about to go for the handshake. I think the handshake is the correct play right now.
Yeah, probably. I mean, this is 10.
This is 10. Expedition map is very bad at blocking.
Yes,
there we go.
And there we see the handshake.
And we can see clearly here, in fact, so much faster than Eldrazi's Realm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Eric picking up 2 games versus 1 over Richard as we bring it back to the booth for a brief moment for you guys.